Hey guys, so ever since I've been home from the PCT, I've been receiving a lot of questions asking me how I shot my videos on the PCT and what different apps I use and so on. So I figured I would do kind of a quick rundown today, and I'm going to break it into two parts. The first part is going to be the physical side of things. What objects or electronics did I actually use when I was shooting my video? And the second part is going to be the software side, so what apps did I use on my phone. And in case you didn't know, I did all of my shooting from my iPhone. This is an iPhone 5, and so I shot the video, I took all of my pictures on it, and it worked out great. It's obviously you can use any phone you want to make the videos on the trail. The iPhone, I like the iPhones because they actually have a pretty high quality camera. It's kind of surprising, and they're just really easy to use and fairly lightweight. But obviously Android phones, any other phones are really going to work just as well. The quality is just going to depend on how nice the camera is on the phone. So that's the iPhone. It's what I shot with, it's what I navigated with, it's what I checked the guidebook with. It really was kind of my everything device, so it's worth its weight on trail, that's for sure. Alright, to protect the iPhone, I actually got this life-proof nude case, and that's NUUD. And I've done a review on it on my site before, but basically this allowed me to use the iPhone in the rain, in the dust. I could drop it on accident if I did and it would be okay. So this really worked out well. I have no complaints with it. You can see here there's actually no screen protector, so you don't have the kind of slow response that you do with one of the normal waterproof cases. It actually has a seal around the outside that keeps the water out, and from what I can tell and from my experience, it actually worked really well. And even though this has a little lens cover here, I did not notice that it affected the video quality at all. So I think it's okay to shoot video with. I mean, I shot my video with it and it turned out fine, I think. So that's the life-proof case. Now, to actually hold on to the phone, I use, well, most times I would shoot my video just kind of like this. Obviously the phone would be in there, but I would hold the camera and just shoot with my hands holding it steady. Sometimes I wanted to take photos that were looking back at me, so it kind of looked like someone was shooting me instead of me shooting something else. And to do that, I used a combination of a couple different things. I used, and this is the main thing, a stick pick. I actually picked this up at kickoff on the PCT, and they're made just by a small guy that makes them out of his house and sells them online and at some of the different meetups for hiking. But it's called a stick pick, and you can just Google it for the website, and I'll throw the website into the description section as well. But what this does is it allows you to slide this onto your trekking pole, and then you basically have a camera mount built onto your pole, so you can then extend your pole out and your camera can face you, and you can record video that looks sort of like someone else is shooting you. And I've also found that using this creates a much steadier video, so it actually creates some nicer content than just holding your camera. And so in order to mount my phone to the stick pick, I actually used this little grip here, and you can see in the bottom it's got the standard tripod mount, so this just screws right onto the stick pick, and then you tighten up this nut here just to make sure that it's not going to wiggle around on you, and so you can adjust it to aim in the right direction. And then I would clamp my phone, this is just the case but you get the idea, into the stick pick, and I could shoot myself. Now if I wanted to shoot back towards myself, I would flip the phone around and so the camera was facing me. But yeah, that's the basic idea, and that's how I got all of the shots that had me in the frame. And that's also how I got the shots of my feet when I was hiking, and some of the aerial shots above other people hiking. Now, this little phone mount here, I get a lot of questions about where to get this. You can actually get it on Amazon. It comes in a package with this little tripod, kind of a sort of like a GorillaPod off-brand, and it comes like this. Now, I actually did carry this tripod at the very beginning of the PCT, but I just found that I never used it, so I sent it home. I kind of wish I would have had it later in the trail so I could set up my camera and then get shots of me walking away out of the frame. And it's not too heavy. I just never had it sent back, so oh well. And so yeah, stick pick, phone mount, some type of case to protect your phone, a type of phone, any type of phone really. The better the camera, the better the film. And that is basically my setup. Now, throughout the day I would keep my phone on airplane mode to save battery, and oftentimes I wouldn't even have my phone on at all. I would just keep it off and then turn it on when I needed to take a video. And if you don't know, keeping your phone on airplane mode keeps it from contacting antennas and trying to search for Wi-Fi, stuff like that. So it saves a lot of battery, and I actually found I could probably get the phone to last 3 to 4 days on airplane mode shooting pictures and video. So just keep that in mind. And when it did run out of battery, I actually carried, and you've probably seen this in my other gear videos, this little Anchor 6000 milliamp battery pack. You can see this shows the charge on it, and that is how I charged my phone when it ran out of battery in the backcountry. Alright, so let's take a look at how much everything actually comes out to as far as weight goes. Now, the stick pick is, oh, I should turn on the scale first. The stick pick is super minimal, so it only comes out to 0.4 ounces. And if you add in the little phone holder here, that's a total of 1.1 ounces. So it's hard to beat that. If you add the nude case, it is 1.3 ounces, so that brings you up to 2.5 ounces. And add the phone, that is 6.5 ounces for a lot of video shooting capability here. You can take self-portraits, you can take scenery, you can get shots with you in the shot, very stable long distance shots. So this is a really, from what I've found, one of the best ways to shoot video on the trail. Obviously you're not going to get the quality of a real camera, but it's pretty acceptable. So now, if you want to add in this tripod, it only comes out to 1.6 ounces. So really, it's a really light piece of kit for a tripod. And the Anchor battery is around 4.5 ounces. So for this total kit, and I don't have the wire to charge the phone with, but it weighs probably an ounce. So you're looking at around 12.2 ounces for a full-on video shooting kit. It's hard to beat that. And I can say with this battery that I actually never ran out of battery on my phone on trail ever, which was nice. So with that out of the way, that's the physical side of things. Now let's get down to the software side. Okay, so for the software side of things, I used 3 main apps when I was on the trail, at least for shooting video with. For taking all of my pictures, I actually used Camera Plus here. And this is just a really nice camera app. It allows for different adjustments that you don't really find in the stock app. You can do exposure adjustments, you can adjust the focus point, and there's a little digital zoom, but that's one place where these phones really suffer, is that there's just no room to put a real optical zoom in. So the digital zoom really doesn't work too well. And there's all sorts of other white balance and other adjustments you can make with this camera. And then, as well as having the nice upfront features, on the back end it actually has a nice photo editor as well. So that was what I did before I posted my pictures to Facebook. I would actually edit them in app and then post them. So that's a good way to take the pictures. For the video side of things, I use the app called Filmic Pro. You can see it right there. Filmic is just like a high-end video shooting app, and it gives you a lot of features to mess around with, and these can be as simple as things from do you want stabilization on, to as complex things as frame rate and resolution, audio quality. You can adjust exposure as well with this app. It just gives you a lot of options when you're shooting video, which is really nice. You can adjust how it's saved, the file format, and all sorts of things you can see there. And you can save a lot of different presets on your phone. So this is what I shot all of my video with, and I found that it worked extremely well. I never had any problems with it. Filmic Pro. And finally, I did all of my editing in iMovie. iMovie is, apparently it's been updated. iMovie is a really nice way to edit your video on your phone. So I never actually had to offload my clips onto the computer. I could just do them straight from the phone, and then from there upload them to YouTube. And with iMovie, I could edit my clips together, shorten them, take out different parts that really didn't meet quality standards, and then add in the photo slideshow at the end like I did on the PCT videos. And I could also add titles, transitions, anything like that. Basically anything you could need in a movie editor, at least on a low level, is in iMovie, and it's super easy to use. It's basically just drag and drop and upload. So that is the software side of things. I'll actually include some links in the description to the different apps that I used in case you want to check them out. And I also include a link to this little tripod slash phone mount on Amazon, because a lot of people have been kind of struggling to find it, so I'll just put a link up for you. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. That's how I shot my video on the trail. Hopefully I'll get to use it again soon.